Life gets very interesting when you actually understand the motive behind people's actions. And I think when you discuss topics related to people who perhaps have been isolated or alienated, perhaps even singled out against their will, I think you can just understand that on paper or even just from a base ground of knowledge. You do not need an education to know that is not a good person or that is not a good position for a society. It's very limiting to take somebody who you don't know and try and use them for your own benefit. It says a lot less about the person who's being targeted and more about the person who perhaps is exhibiting the behavior. It's tough when you live in a society, I guess, that promotes that kind of action, right? Like you live in a society that teaches you everything bad about yourself and everything good about perhaps the remaining masses, right? And I think when you're in a position like that, it is vital that you develop your own sense of grounding, your own sense of understanding, since the people are trying to teach you otherwise. You have to look at things from a completely different angle, and part of that just involves being realistic. Like, do you genuinely believe that your rights are being hindered? Because if your rights were being hindered, you wouldn't have a right to breathe, you wouldn't have a right to speak. Those are just biological rights that have been given to you. And I think a lot of people have been tricked into not knowing how to use that level of comprehension or even that level of knowledge. They're either tricked or they're scared to actually engage in that level of comprehension, because to claim an effort, the system has severely punished multiple groups of people who ever spoke up. But the way I see it is they're gonna punish you anyway. Or matter of fact, they've already punished you from the just by the way they've designed the barriers. So it's up to you how you want to endure their level of ignorance. You can either endure it by being being complacent, or you can understand that when you stand up, you do something significant to your community, which actually teaches them, or on a few grounds, it teaches them and it teaches you that you are not the only one who goes through this behavior. There are millions of people who are still affected by this level of systematic oppression. It's concerning, because you wonder like how this situation came about. The foxes in the jungle don't even act like this. Okay, the apes in the zoo don't even act like this. So how are you gonna try and justify that your society is doing humanity a favor by targeting somebody who you don't even know, especially if that person hasn't done anything to you? Like, what is the motive behind that? The way I see it is like there's a deep level of ignorance that lies within these people. There's a deep wound to perhaps they are mad at the world, and they believe everything is the world's fault. They believe nothing is wrong on their end, and that some random person walking on the street is perhaps accountable for their years and years of pain, perhaps even ignorance and misunderstanding of people. All right, when you're dealing with such a people, you got to understand that at the end of the day, you just have to let them, right? Because you can't take, you're defying nature if you're taking somebody who is so unintelligent to that extent and you're trying to instill a sense of morality, right? These people dwell in wickedness, and I mean it. Like when you actually have the audacity to go after a group of people who you know are underrepresented, who you know are amongst the most disrespected groups and targeted by many systematic procedures, procedures, and you still have the audacity to kind of justify that claim, that person has a literal hole in their head if they think that they're going to bring about any kind of correction to their life or to their problems by trying to take it out on somebody else. It never works. It cannot work. You always find yourself questioning at the end of the day who is who's in control in that situation. And I'm just going to tell you that for as long as you can understand your position, these people have no place.